So earlier this week I went over the best loadouts for the Assault class in Battlefield 2042, and today we're going to be doing the exact same thing but for the Engineer class, and then next week I'll be going over the Support and Recon classes as well. If you guys are interested in more videos like this, be sure to subscribe for more content and turn on those notifications so you don't miss out. But with that being said, let's get stuck right into it. Now, just like I said in the last one, this is obviously just my opinion. There is no such thing as the objective best loadouts or anything like that. This is just what I personally think are the best for each of these specialists. And also keep in mind that I'm hardly a master at each specialist in the game. Starting off with Boris, the loadout that I run for this bad boy is the Avansis, and the loadout for that is the Fusion Hollow, the Extended Mag, the LWG Grip, and the Tactical Compensator. This is a really solid weapon. It's probably up in the top 5 or so in the game, and obviously this class gets the LMG proficiency, which just makes them a little bit more accurate when you are crouched or prone. So pretty much any chance we get, except for the next loadout, ironically, we want to be running an LMG if possible. For the secondary, I run the PF51 just for those up close encounters, and I then run the RPG and the anti-tank grenades. Now, you want to make the most of his turret to pretty much cover yourself while you are trying to take out vehicles. I don't really see all that many Boris players actually playing the way that he's meant to be. He's obviously meant to be really solid at taking out vehicles. The combination of the RPG and those anti-tank grenades are really good for that playstyle, but like I said, I don't really see enough Boris players doing this. Most of them just sort of put that turret down and sit there doing nothing. So when you are playing as Boris, your main goal realistically should be either to defend areas, putting that turret down, and then obviously like sticking near it and trying to stop anyone coming into the objective or anything like that. Or your next main goal should be trying to take out vehicles as well, and ideally both. Put the turret down, try and shoot a few enemies, but then also if you see vehicles, try and take those out as well. Boris does get a lot of hate from the community, and I personally can't stand a lot of Boris players as well, but I think when you actually play the way that the devs clearly intend you to, being a bit more of a sort of anti-tank or anti-vehicle type of specialist, he can actually be really useful for the team. So get out there, try and take out a few vehicles, and you'll go a long way to trying to correct the community sort of opinion towards Boris. Now, next up we have Liz, who personally I didn't really use all that much when she actually launched, but over the last maybe 2 or 3 months I've actually been using Liz a lot, and I've actually really come to like her playstyle. The loadout that I run for Liz is the Scar with the UH1 Smart 1.5x scope, the drum mag, the armor piercing rounds for the grenade launcher, and then the tactical compensator. Now, like I just mentioned, this class gets the LMG proficiency, and obviously she's not going to get that using an AR, but the armor piercing rounds go really great with her playstyle, and so personally I don't think it matters all that much. I then also run the Shotty as the secondary for up close, and then I run the C5s to sort of help out with taking out vehicles when they're up close, because obviously her ability is really good for taking them out far away, but up close it is not that useful at all, and the same sort of goes with the anti-tank grenades again. Personally, I think Liz is probably the best in the game when it comes to anti-vehicle play. She kind of has all ranges covered, where you can do really well at range with her ability, but then like I just said, really well up close with the C5 and the anti-tank grenades, and then even at mid-range she can kind of use that grenade launcher on the Scar to sort of scare off vehicles. It's not really very often that you'll get kills with the grenade launcher unless it's already on low health, for example, but that grenade launcher really can scare off vehicles as well at those sort of mid-ranges. When you're playing as Liz, you pretty much want to entirely focus on taking out vehicles. That is absolutely the way that she is meant to be played, so definitely focus on that when you are playing as Liz. Now, last but not least, we have Crawford, who I'm not going to lie, I haven't really played all that much ever since he came out. I played a little bit when he actually launched, but since then I've not played him all that much. The last time I have played him though, my loadout is the RPT, running the UH1 Smart 1.5x scope again, the extended mag, the Cobra grip, and the shortened barrel to pretty much just increase the rate of fire a little bit. I once again just use the Shotty for this loadout as well, and then when it comes to Crawford, I actually use the anti-tank mines because he's a little bit more stationary and a bit more like defensive, so you kind of want to use these to hold down an area and essentially let the vehicles drive over them rather than being the aggressor and trying to chase down those vehicles. I then also run these smoke grenades because this can allow you to actually sort of help out your own vehicles a bit more. Obviously his trait is that he pretty much repairs vehicles a little bit faster than everyone else, so throwing down those smoke grenades to cover yourself and your vehicles and then repair them in a bit more safety, that is definitely the way to go, because obviously if you're just standing there repairing a vehicle, you're probably going to get sniped from across the map. So throw those smoke grenades down, heal up those vehicles, and get them back into the action. Now, like I said, Crawford is a little bit more like defensive and sort of stationary than the other two, mostly because of his ability. You want to treat him a bit more like a sort of support and help type of engineer rather than the like offensive explosive type of engineer. So pretty much just want to focus on healing vehicles and like defending objectives and defending entire areas with his mines and his turret. He's really good at sort of locking down an area. And then obviously if your vehicles are taking damage, you can be really useful by repairing them and getting them back into the fight as well. But that is it for the engineer class. Obviously there are only 3 specialists in this class. Be sure to let me know your own loadouts down below. Like I said, everyone's going to have their own opinion, so I'm keen to hear what you guys run for your own loadouts. And once again, stay tuned for the support loadouts, which are going to be coming up early next week. With that being said though, guys, thank you all very much for watching. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you all out there on the battlefield.